and the free mobile app. Now, live from the Matt Black Kia Studios.
What a move!
Here's Josh Hennig.
Welcome back to a Football Friday edition of Game Night on 97.3 ESPN and 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Seattle. I know I'm supposed to be all like, oh man, the in-season tournament is tonight, but I'm just, I'll probably care more as I watch the game tonight. Like, for me with the Sixers tonight, back on 97.3 ESPN, 7 o'clock, like, I'm going to watch the entire Sixers game. I'll be into the Sixers game. I'm just not into the in-season tournament, all right? But we'll talk a little bit Sixers throughout this hour. Plus, Andy McNamara returns, talk some football and NFL with him this hour coming up in about 20 minutes from now. As always, you can join the conversation at 609-403-0973. That is the text board, also your DMs into the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Seattle. And keep your ears peeled because you're going to hear that sounder a little bit later this hour for when you can call in and qualify for this year's 99 bottles party. All right, we got one more qualifier for today. When I tell you to call, you jump on that line. You're call number 7. You are in for the 99 bottles party at the Anchorage Tavern in Summers Point. All right, let's get to a couple different items of business here. First of all, and I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm just saying this to be honest, right? I'm going to touch on the Jim Harbaugh thing really quickly, and then I'm moving on to the Eagles and the NFL and to the Sixers. But this Jim Harbaugh news that he has basically been banned from the sidelines of his team, but he's allowed to coach them during the week is another example how sports doesn't get it sometimes. Not the sport itself, not the people playing or coaching, the people who are in charge. There are too many people in this world who have jobs of authority, who have no understanding what is happening under them. They just react to things. And now there is going to be a massive, drawn-out legal battle over the future of Jim Harbaugh in Michigan. Because, as legal experts have explained, Michigan actually has a legal leg to stand on in fighting this whole investigation. And we are in a position right now where the issue is no longer about sign stealing, which in and of itself, people have been doing for years. Sign stealing in and of itself is something that's a part of sports. Everyone is trying to find an edge over everybody. The real issue is not the sign stealing. The real issue is that there are people in charge of organizations like the Big Ten Conference, like the NCAA, who have no concept, no recognition, no comprehension for how things work. They just have these stale rules, and if somebody cries loud enough to them, they react. And that's the problem. And listen, we have a texter who just texted in and says, I don't even know the rules for the in-season tournament. Well, it's the same thing with college football. Nobody knows there's a rule against this specific type of sign stealing. Like, it's amazing that we have people creating an NBA in-season tournament and let's punish Michigan for a sign stealing scandal, right? And it's like, well, do the people who are even in charge of these things even know what they're doing? Probably not. The world would be a better place if the people who were in charge of these different entities were actually people who understood the modus operandi of the sports they're overseeing, but they don't. They're just people with nice ties and shirts and who are politicos who just want to ruin sports for the rest of us. People like me and many of you listen to 97.3 ESPN, we want to watch a Sixers game. We want to watch a college football game. We got Michigan Penn State tomorrow at 12 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN FM and on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Seattle. We got sports, so we love to consume. And then you get these know-it-alls who want to ruin it for us. Just give me sports, man. I don't need the rest of this garbage. All right, I had to get the Jim Harbaugh thing off my chest because the whole thing to me is ridiculous. Now, speaking of the game tomorrow, we have a game tonight, Sixers basketball. And I was listening to the Hoop Collective podcast. I'll get you guys text in just a moment at 609-403-0973. And they were talking about how this Sixers team has played. And, it was Tim Bontemps, Brian Windhorst, and Tim McMahon. They were talking about the Sixers. And when Bontemps brought this point up about the Sixers, I thought it was very interesting. Take a listen.
To me, the real story the first couple weeks of the season is that Philadelphia is going to be a really good team. And I think has a chance to be in the top two spots in the Eastern Conference at the end of the regular season. Because as long as Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey are on the court, they've got an elite 1-2 combo, even without James Harden. This team is playing way faster than they were last year. I think they're up to 10th or 11th in pace. They've got 9 or 10 guys that they're playing off the bench now. They've got Nick Batum and Robert Covington playing real minutes off the bench. Nick Batum, I think, is a sneaky addition in that trade.
Think about that. That is a national NBA guy saying the Sixers are one of the biggest stories of the NBA, and they're going to win a lot of games this year. We have done a complete 180 from it being Harden. When is he going to go? What's he doing? Why do you call Daryl Morey a liar? What are his intentions? What does Harden want? What does Embiid want? Now it's Sixers are great. They're fun to watch. They're amazing, right? And there's a explicit reason why they are so good this year. It's that Maxey Embiid duo. Tim Bontemps with more from the Hoop Collective podcast.
The combination of Maxey and Embiid, I think, is perfect from an on the court and off the court standpoint. Here, you've got Jackson's got the quote here. No one has an ego on this team. We got new guys, took them in, got them up to speed. Guys want to play with each other. They want to be around each other. I think it helps a lot. And being around this team a lot the past few weeks, the vibes are very good. Like they are feeling really good. They're playing a fun style. They've got everybody bought in. Maxey has taken a big leap. Looks like an all-star.
The Embiid-Maxey pair, to me, is what makes this so much fun. Because the Embiid-Maxey pairing has taken fans back to the real reason why you watch games. Look, I don't blame the players. I don't hate on the players for taking the positions they do of saying, I want to maximize my value. I want to go to a better situation. But at the end of the day, the fans just don't care. And I know it's callous and I know it's insensitive to an extent. But the fans don't care about Harden and his feelings. They don't care about Harden, feeling like he was lied to or him taking less money. You know what the fans think? The fans see how much these athletes, how much money they make. And they feel like, I would be so happy to make that money. I would do anything possible to make that money. Because most people will never see that kind of money. And for the fans, they want to go out and see somebody like Tyrese Maxey playing the game of basketball with a level of joy and passion that the fans can identify with. You know why the fans love Joel Embiid doing the DX chop, or why they love Joel Embiid, doing his little antics? Because Joel Embiid is probably doing some of the gestures and antics that fans would do if they were in the same position. Fans, to me, look at Embiid and Maxey, and they see a little bit of themselves in them. And I think that's why people love these guys. It's why they loved Iverson, because Iverson was a blood, sweat, and tears kind of athlete. He left everything on the court. People love that. People identify with that. People don't identify, they don't love an aloof player like Ben Simmons or a malcontent like James Harden. You know the reason why Anthony Edwards is on the quick trajectory to being one of the most popular players in the entire league? Because he's passionate and he looks like he's fighting really hard to win. He's amazing talent, but being an amazing talent is not enough sometimes. You got to give a reason and people to identify with you. And I don't think that can be undersold enough. All right, check out the text board with the break 609-403-0973. George Summers Point chimes in and says, hey, Josh, with the Sixers starting their NBA Cup tournament tonight, do you, as a basketball fan, put any credence on this series of games? I'd like to hear your opinion on this, George in Summers Point. George, I can't keep up with the NBA in-season tournament. I'm going to rely on people like the people on SportsCenter and the people on NBA TV to tell me what's going on. Because while I understand it on a fundamental level, I just don't care if you win an in-season tournament. To me, I just don't get excited for that. I don't get excited about, hey, take this trophy, take that trophy. I get it that it's something to do in Europe, and I get that they do it in other sports, other arenas, but to me, you're marginalizing one aspect of the game to pick up another aspect. And for me, I just don't look at the NBA in-season tournament as, hey, the Sixers won the NBA Cup. I'm not getting excited. Now, if you told me that what happens in this tournament has an impact on the regular season, then I might be more invested. George Summers Point, I want to watch Sixers because I want them to win, and I'm watching them tonight. I'm not watching with any hope or anticipation for what it means to the NBA Cup, but that's just me. Paul in Ocean City says, Josh, I'm excited for the Sixers. Love the chemistry with this team. Maxey and Joel, plus a much better scrappy bench, will help us win many games this season. Glad Harden is gone. Go Sixers. That's from Paul in Ocean City. Paul, you have the sentiment a lot of people do. People are very happy that Harden's gone. And I told you guys this when the trade happened. I said this trade is going to help you win a lot of games in the regular season. And that way you will have a lot of games in hand. So when you make the next trade to get the next piece for this team, you won't be trying and hoping to get into the postseason. That was the problem with the Lakers last year. The Lakers got so buried last year, and they burned through so much energy trying to make the postseason, and they waited so long to make any deals to get them into the postseason that by the time they were in position to be actually playing postseason games, they had already used up a lot of the fuel in their tank. And then by the time they made it to the conference finals, they were out of gas in the finals. In the conference finals, I should say. Luke in Atlantic City. Luke in AC, I think is what it actually supposed to say. I'm letting you know, Luke, that your talk to text hates you, which I understand because my talk to text hates me too. But he says, Josh, preach. Not only is what you're saying about Jim Harbaugh true, but the Big Ten is taking Harbaugh away from being able to coach in the biggest games of the season. And that is the league's best team and the best chance of winning a national championship. I know Ohio State is good, but Michigan is better. Luke, you're 100% right. You know, the problem is that the Big Ten is shooting themselves in the foot. Jim Harbaugh has done nothing wrong in terms of impacting right and wrong. He committed a felony. He didn't cheat the system. He didn't bribe a ref. He didn't do anything wrong. So you're punishing a guy. I think the part of the problem is they just don't like Harbaugh. I think Harbaugh, he is so contrarian to the establishment of college football. This is the only guy in college football that took a pay cut in the last few years. Let me take you back. Back in 2020, they were going to fire at least half of the Michigan athletic department because of the COVID lockdowns. And Jim Harbaugh said, no one is losing their job. I am going to take a $3+ million pay cut. Use the money you're going to pay me to keep those people's jobs. Who else is doing that in college football? Nobody. Jim Harbaugh stands contrarian to the establishment. And they don't like it. Is he weird? Of course he's a little weird. But most successful people are either quirky or odd or weird. Okay? I mean, Bill Belichick, you think he won those championships with Brady because he's a normal guy? No. You think Tom Brady won championships because he's a normal guy? Tom Brady is probably more competitive than half people on the planet combined, and then add some. I think that's the real reason why they don't like Jim Harbaugh. All right, coming up next, we'll get more NFL, fantasy football talk, state of the league. Andy McNamara joins me next here on Game Night on 97.3 ESPN FM, the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Seattle.
Tomorrow on Compass Media Network's coverage of NCAA football. Throw out the records and the rankings because it's a heavyweight showdown in the Big Ten East. The undefeated Michigan Wolverines head to Happy Valley to take on the Penn State Nittany Lions. Hi, it's Greg Daniels. Join LeVar Arrington and me for all the action as these two Big Ten foes battle it out in Beaver Stadium. It's Penn State hosting Michigan. If it's NCAA football, it's right here.
It's College Football Saturday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins at noon.
Go to get your game on at the Gallery Bar Booking Games in Ocean Casino Resort this football season. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Get in on the parlay while in the middle of a party. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screens. Go to the Gallery. Go to Ocean. Go for the win. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Birds fans, it's about that time. Football season is back, and Boardwalk Honda is giving you the chance to score big. Stop in and take advantage of game-changing savings all month long. Shop our lineup of new pre-owned and certified pre-owned Hondas. We have something for everyone, and credit problems are no problem with over 25 financial lenders to get you approved and on the road to victory. Visit us in Egg Harbor Township or online at boardwalkhonda.com. And remember, from Maine to Miami, nobody beats a Boardwalk deal.
She's running around. Her breath doesn't smell. Her digestive system is perfect. It has made such a huge difference.
What did this dog parent do for their dog? She switched to Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food made by Dr. Marty Goldstein, a veterinarian Forbes magazine called the Miracle Worker. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy digestion, nourished skin, playful energy, and most importantly, their healthy, full life.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free full-sized bag of Tilly's Treasures dog treats. They're best-selling beef liver dog treats while supplies last. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or shop in over 2,000 stores nationwide. Use the store locator to find the store closest to you. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
It's Pete from Chicky and Pete's, the official sports bar of your Philadelphia Eagles. Here's a winner, fall football, and Chickies and Pete's mouth-watering snow crab legs. For a limited time, buy one and get one free snow crab legs every Tuesday and Wednesday. Enjoy the sweet, delicate flavor of snowy white crab meat dressed in our special blend of seasonings and spices. Pair it with an ice-cold draft beer or one of our signature cocktails. Buy one and get one free snow crab legs every Tuesday and Wednesday for a limited time. Restrictions apply. Chickies and Pete's. Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's, and we are prouder than ever to partner with the Philadelphia Eagles. Chicky and Pete's has been named the official sports bar of the Philadelphia Eagles, and we continue to serve as the official caterer of both Eagles training camp and the official caterer of the First Trust Bank Club at Lincoln Financial Field. Go where the players go. The official sports bar of the Philadelphia Eagles, Chickies and Pete's.
You're listening to Game Night with Josh Hennig on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Game Night here on 97.3 ESPN, being brought to you by Jenkins & Sons. One call does it all. Are you ready for the winter season as it's coming? The weather's been hot, cold, all over the place. Well, Jenkins has the opportunity for you to save money on your utility bills. Call Jenkins at 609-641-6440. Yes, heating repairs, plumbing, drain cleaning services. Jenkins has got you covered for it all. 609-641-6440 and visit them online at jenkinsandsons.com. All right, he is back. He is sometimes I think I'm busy, but I think Andy might be more busy than even I am. So joining us right now, Andy McNamara makes his triumphant return to the Game Night here on 97.3 ESPN. My favorite Canadian, how you doing up there?
I'm doing good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing well. So we got a lot of real estate to cover, so let's try to get to it. First and foremost, we haven't talked in a couple of weeks, so talk to me about this, okay? And I've been asking this question throughout the week, and I don't, I know it's a little sacrilege because I'm in Eagles country when I ask this question, but I'm going to ask it again anyway, okay? Eagles had the best record in the NFL. We can all see that. But are they really the best team in the NFL?
Well, Josh, I think when we look at it, you have to put who could be there with them, right? And if we go down that road, we have to put the Kansas City Chiefs. Begrudgingly, at least until this Sunday when the Browns put the boots to them, we have to put the Baltimore Ravens there, okay? We have to put them in there. Then really when we take a step back, it's, okay, who else could really contend as the best in the National Football League? The Dolphins can't beat a team over 500. The Bills are faltering and have defensive troubles. Bengals are rising but aren't there yet. Anybody else in the NFC? Cowboys? Nah, not quite. San Francisco, they seem broken to a degree. So really, if I look at it, yeah, the Eagles are the best team in the NFL.
When you think about, with that being said, does that make Jalen Hurts then the leader for MVP?
Now that is interesting. Well, if we look at it from the sense that usually a quarterback gets it, right? That's 99% of the time. That's how it works. If we look again, Patrick Mahomes, it's a little bit of a slow start to the year, but you could always put Mahomes in the conversation. Again, if I'm looking at what Hurts has done, continues to do, and how the Eagles have performed overall with their record, the MVP has to come from a team that is doing well. And you got the best team, if not 1A, in the National Football League right now. So I'd say if you're looking leader in the clubhouse, it has to be Jalen Hurts right now. You can get some good odds on Joe Burrow to come back, but I still think that would take some doing to march back from that. Josh, you know what? I think a dark horse, it would take a lot. I think Rookie of the Year is pretty much a lock. But if he continues down this road, how about sprinkling a couple bucks on that CJ Stroud out of Houston? What a run this guy's on. Wow.
Doesn't have enough wins, though. He'll never win it because
that's the thing. That's the thing. But if you went yeah, you're right. But
well, realistically, the MVP
he's playing. It's so great. I'm so impressed.
The MVP should be either A.J. Brown or Tyreek Hill, but a wide receiver has never won the award. We've had 16 running backs, we've had 2 defensive players, and we've had a kicker all win the MVP aside from quarterbacks. Mr. Mosley in 1982 for Washington.
Yeah.
Okay. But we never had a wide receiver. So we already know that the odds are stacked against Hill and Brown to be even considered for the award. So now we're stuck with the mind-numbing, who has the most wins? Who's the best player on the best team?
And I'm tired of Pat Mahomes. I'm tired of Mahomes getting it.
Well, Mahomes shouldn't win it. Mahomes has the same number of interceptions as Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has 22 total touchdowns. Mahomes has less.
17. Yep.
So it's like, come on. Well, what are we doing here?
Look, it's adding up that it should be Jalen Hurts. Boy, Josh, I just sometimes just stop and think the victory lap we can forever do of us being on the Jalen Hurts bandwagon before it was cool, before he was even drafted. What a story for this guy. It continues to get, I don't have to tell your listeners how good Jalen Hurts is, but for me, being outside the market, I'm continuously impressed with how he continues to grow. And the crazy thing is, Josh, I still don't think we've reached the peak. Like, I don't think we've reached the ceiling of how good Jalen Hurts can be. This guy, it can still develop further, which is outstanding possibilities.
You know, it's interesting because ever since Hurts, quote unquote, hurt his knee, he's playing really good football. He's got a 75% completion percentage in the last 3 games. So, I mean, it's almost like I love it when players have this attitude of, hey man, you took one thing away from me. I'm going to beat you a different way.
I'm going to beat you a different way. And you mentioned the 8 interceptions. Well, 3 of those came in that Jets game, right? So,
listen, the audience is going to roll their eyes because half of them know what I'm going to say. I'm tired of interceptions and drops by receivers being counted against quarterbacks. Like, not every interception is the quarterback. Is it the quarterback's fault the ball bounces off a guy's hands and goes into the defender's hands? No, it's not. Is it the quarterback's fault the receiver drops the ball? No, it's not.
No, but we runs the wrong route.
But we demerit them for these things.
Yeah, I think honestly, Josh, I think it would just be too tough to track. Overall.
No, it's not too tough to track. We got analytics out the wazoo, people calculating player efficiency ratings and, all these different numbers. Listen, the NFL
too tough for me to track.
Well, the NFL is a multi-billion-dollar business. You're telling me you can't hire one person to just track the drops?
To track it. I wonder, that'd be interesting because then you could develop sort of a secondary turnover category that would almost be maybe team related, like quarterback interception, team interception.
Well, it's like in baseball, there's runs and there's earned runs for a pitcher. That's how I'm looking at it,
Right.
If a pitcher gives up a run, but it's because the fielder made an error, we don't ding the pitcher for it.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting, man. I never thought of that. That's interesting. If you could do, you're right. Yeah, you get $1 kajillion there. You're making money off all those international games. Come on, let's get that in it. That would be very interesting because what a game changer that would be statistic wise. Because automatically, if we're looking, me and you were talking here, we're pulling up stats. It's like, okay, so and so has 8 interceptions. All right, well, are we me and you? Are we honestly going to remember, unless we're following that specific team very closely, each interception? The guy ran the wrong route? No. So if you have that totally changes the conversation and narrative around all quarterbacks. I think that'd be fascinating. You might be onto something, man. That's good.
Oh, I am onto something,
They won't listen to us, but you're onto something.
Yeah.
They're not going to listen, but yeah.
Right, exactly. Andy McNamara joining us here on Game Night on 97.3 ESPN FM, the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank. See y'all at Andy MC81 on the Twitter X platform. All right, Andy, we are 9 weeks into an NFL season, right?
Yeah.
We're entering week 10. Last night's debauchery of a football game.
Barf.
Okay. But without throwing out last night's game, what has been the biggest surprise of the season for you?
I'd have to say I'm going to look at it from the CJ Stroud mindset, who I brought up before. I don't think anybody, and I'm a CJ Stroud believer, truther, almost to the same degree in believing in him as I did Jalen Hurts beforehand. that this guy has so much talent. People were like, oh, he couldn't do a test. And the comment, well, how's that looking for 5'0" Bryce Young? Yeah. So my biggest surprise is that CJ Stroud, not that he's a good quarterback, but that he's doing so good so soon. And the turnovers, my goodness, you talk about how the turnovers are important, and especially for a rookie. Like, Josh, look at like Peyton Manning's rookie year. My goodness. Look at almost every rookie quarterback. There's mistakes, there's interceptions. CJ Stroud has been impeccable. He's been remarkable on a Houston team that, let's be honest, is talent deficient, is not a complete team by any stretch, and he's balling out. So if I'm going to say the biggest surprise positive, it's got to be CJ Stroud for me.
I would counter that my biggest surprise in the positive is actually has to do with your favorite team.
Oh, okay.
I think that we don't give enough credit that Jim Schwartz might be the non-head coach of the year.
Amen. 100%.
He has taken a team that we all know that Myles Garrett is really good. Okay. Yeah. But most people, except for Browns fan like Andy McNamara, can name anyone else on that defense. Like, that was the joke that you and I had a few years ago when the Eagles and Browns played. It was, man, look at these guys making plays for the Browns. Who are they again? Like, that was that was the joke we had. And
that's right.
Now Jim Schwartz has taken that defense from being led by an elite player with some really good players to being in the conversation for the 3 best defenses in the league. And now the Ravens and Browns are going to play to like a 13-7 game on Sunday because no one's going to score. And a part of the reason why is because Jim Schwartz just keeps hanging around and coaching good defenses.
Man, I love that you brought that up, and you're 100% right. And following this team as closely as I do, it is a total mindset switch. Because up until this year, Josh, Myles Garrett always talked about he wanted to win Defensive Player of the Year, wanted to win. What's that? That's a me guy, right? He wasn't talking about team. This year, he was asked about, he's like, individual awards are great. I'm here to win a Super Bowl. I'm here to win. And it was just that switch. I'm like, whoa. And you know what? You can tell just from that mindset that Jim Schwartz brings in how Myles Garrett, you're like, this is starting to make sense. Myles Garrett would make a big play against, and he's still making big plays against everybody. But, when the game didn't count or whatever, it's like, okay, that's cool. That's a good highlight. But now we're seeing him do it when the game counts. He's wrecking games. That's what you have to do. He is wrecking ball games. He's ruining afternoons for offensive coordinators. And not just Garrett. The great thing is you don't have to just rely on it because of how Jim Schwartz works. You're rolling in these defensive lines. The secondary is playing up because of this pressure. You have Denzel Ward. M.G. Emerson's been remarkable. The line, everything is working. And it's that Jim Schwartz attitude. He simplifies it. You guys know this. He simplifies it. He's like, go get him. You do this. You, player A, you do that. That's it. That's it. And they do. And it's working, and they're doing a great job. But their biggest test is going to be against this Baltimore Ravens team because last time out, Josh, when they played, it was an hour and a half before the game started. Deshaun Watson pulled himself from the game. Poor rookie fifth-rounder Dorian Thompson-Robinson comes in. Everyone's scattered and frazzled, and the Ravens win 28-3. Well, they said this week in that building, they said they're pissed off, said they're mad. They were embarrassed. And that defense and Jim Schwartz, you don't embarrass those guys twice. So I can't wait for Sunday.
All right. So what is your biggest disappointment?
Oh, boy. Okay. If we're looking at, you know what? I'd have to say, okay, I got 2. I'll give you one. The Atlanta Falcons, and not that I expect them to be good at all, but just, again, the waste of offensive talent. How just garbage Arthur Smith and the whole game plan stinks. You have Bijan Robinson. Maybe it's a fantasy football guy coming out in me, Josh, but people spending a 4th, 3rd overall fantasy football pick on Bijan Robinson. And that guy, it's not his fault. It's a mess. I don't know how they've won the games that they have. It is a mess. And I just think it's such a waste of Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Robinson. Imagine if you had a competent play caller / coach and quarterback. Mike, you'd be lighting that up with that talent. So that's one of my top ones.
So I'm going to go a little off the board here. I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks offense.
Okay.
Because I don't understand what went wrong. I don't understand how this team, Geno Smith threw 30 touchdowns last year. He's on pace to throw 18 this year. That's a ridiculous drop-off.
But look what Geno Smith was before, Josh. Look what he was before his whole career.
But how do you go from a team that was doing that last year to scoring 21 points a game this year, and you got better offensively? You added talent on the offensive side of the ball. And it's like you watch the Seahawks, and you take the Ravens game out. The Ravens are just kicking in the face everybody who comes along. Yeah. But, like, you know, Geno against, like, he has had one good game this year. And it was against the Detroit Lions, who also have a solid defense. I don't get it.
Yeah. I think it was a regression to come down for Geno, who, remember, like, a journeyman almost out of football, right? It was Drew Lock was supposed to win that job. Yep. And Geno Smith elevated and went. So if we look at it from, like, what Geno Smith was, if this was just Geno, that guy's doing pretty good. But it's that regression. So I'm with you, though. They got better. They're going to have to look at the quarterback situation again because they're kind of in that limbo right now. I got one more name.
Doing it. Did you see the move they made today?
What?
They signed Brett Ripp into the practice squad.
Oh, good for them.
No, but think about it. You're not signing a random quarterback to your practice squad unless you have concerns about your quarterbacks in general.
Yeah. Like, Brett Rippion's not scaring anybody, but I see what you're saying.
The Chiefs have never signed a quarterback in season. Okay.
Right.
Teams like the Eagles, they don't sign a quarterback in season to their practice squad. Okay. Unless there's an injury. There's no injury in Seattle. No. Brett Rippion's just wandering in no man's land, and Seattle's like, hey, y'all want a job on the practice squad?
Come on in. Come on in. Yeah. How about this, though, for quarterback? Daniel Jones and the Giants. Josh, and I'm saying this was a big disappointment, not because I was expecting a Daniel Jones. I completely figured something like this would happen because I don't think Daniel Jones is good. But a lot of people touting him up, Brian Daboll, the job he did. I hope Brian Daboll does get a pass. I hope they don't fire him. I think you give him one more. Good, bad, see what happens. But Daniel Jones, like, Josh, look how ridiculous the Giants look. A bedrock franchise in the NFL, usually a team that just gets it right. How wrong. You ostracize Saquon Barkley. You give that bum Daniel Jones money. He's never been good. He flashed a little bit. Now he's out for the year. What are you doing? You got Tyrod Taylor. And, oh, by the way, how many more friggin' primetime games do we have to see with these stinking Giants on? I got 425 Dallas and New York again. Hallelujah. But Dallas is 17-point favorites. Good. Can't wait. Bet the over. God. Sick of the Giants.
Yeah. Listen, it's weird because even people in our area, like Eagle fans, were almost like, it's cool. The Giants are competitive again. And now it's like they're having a horrible year, and you're just like, what happened? You know?
What? Tyrod Taylor. Like, you just gotta, I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't get rid of Brian Daboll. I still think Daboll could be the right guy there.
Daboll's
semi-fixed. No. It's the decision makers up top. You're drafting bad. You're signing bad. Daboll's only got the ingredients to cook with that you give him. Like, and fantasy-wise, but how about biggest disappointment too, Josh? Darren Waller. I don't blame Darren Waller. I thought just by mere happenstance, because the Giants did nothing to give Daniel Jones any sort of weapons. I thought Darren Waller would just be a target machine. Not so much. Another fantasy poison pill there.
All right, a couple more before I let you go. Fantasy football steal of the year is?
Puka Nacua. It's Puka. Who drafted Puka? Nobody. And if you say you did, you lied.
Nobody drafted him. Does
no.
That even count?
No. Puka out of nowhere. And I don't care if Puka catches one ball a game for the rest of the year. That is still the steal. And how many points he got you to begin with. Outrageous. Another one, I'll go to wide receiver. 33-year-old Adam Thielen. Like, Josh, this guy was glue factory ready, right? Carolina, okay. Peter out another year. Go fantasy-wise, this guy's been gold. I traded for him in one of my leagues. He is as rock solid a WR2 as you can get with pop-up into WR1 territory. And where you would have drafted him, like Adam Thielen is right. His preseason ranking was 173rd overall in fantasy football, now 20th overall. That's not nothing. That's very impressive. So the two wide receivers make my list.
I mean, the guy who makes my list is CJ Stroud because I don't know how, but I got him and Lamar Jackson in one of my leagues.
Whoa! Holy, really?
Yeah, and it's in our league.
Oh, but who's in first place in our league, Josh? Yeah, Andy Mack, baby. Woo!
Yeah,
Rocket.
6-3. I'm 5-4. So don't.
And my quarterback has been Jordan Love, injured Justin Fields, and this week Sam Howell. Help me.
That's why you're the fantasy football expert. You don't need my help.
That's right. I dropped Jordan Love. I got Justin Fields floating around there. This could go south for me, but I just couldn't believe I got Christian McCaffrey where we did. Remember? I texted you, I'm like, how am I getting Christian McCaffrey at like 5th overall? Outrageous. I'll take him.
Like
Anyway.
I got CJ Stroud. I think it was like the one of the 3 last rounds of our draft. Because I was just like, I need a quarterback to back up Lamar. And this week, I'm starting CJ Stroud over Lamar Jackson because Lamar's got the Browns.
Yep.
And CJ Stroud doesn't have the Browns.
As you should. And he was ranked, Josh, that in fantasy quarterback rankings, 27th. And now he's either, I think he's 6th or 7th overall for fantasy quarterbacks. Just sensational. I don't think there's any other direction you can go for rookie of the year than CJ Stroud, right? Like, is there anybody we can talk about? I don't think so.
No. Stop. Just stop while you're
right.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's it. Like I was trying to think. I'm like, who? I can't even put like anybody as like a contrarian. Like, what if?
Well, you mentioned Bijan Robinson. He hasn't got enough touches this year.
No, he was supposed to be the guy. Like that was a lot. Imagine all the losing money, or people losing money betting in before the season started on rookie of the year with Bijan Robinson. Oops.
I mean, look,
Not so much.
I like CJ Stroud more than the other quarterbacks in this draft class. I didn't think he'd be this though.
No,
you know what I mean?
no.
Like,
I thought he was going to be the best.
This.
Yeah. I thought CJ Stroud, and I've said on your show, my show, a bunch of other shows, I thought CJ Stroud was, without a shadow of a doubt, the best quarterback in this draft class, and he would prove over his career to be as that. I'm with you, though.
Career.
Over his career. I'm with you, though. I did not think we would be proven correct now, going into week 10. I did not think that. But here we are.
Poor Bryce Young. He needs a haircut, too, man.
Oh, dude. His hair is taller than he is. Did it not seem, I don't know how this is possible, Josh. I was watching the game, and as the game went on, he seemed to get smaller. Just he was like shrinking on the screen as the score. I'm like, guy, I mean, you know what? It kills me because he is, when you hear him in interviews, like, what a nice man. What a nice person. I'm like, but guy, we can be nice too, Josh. Doesn't mean we should be playing quarterback for the Panthers.
No.
Or be first overall pick. The guys, come on. Panthers got to draft somebody else. I don't know how they probably won't, but I don't know how you go forward with that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's too small. That's it. Plain simple. Too small. Go play in Canadian Football League or the USFL, whatever the heck it is now. I don't know. Go play there. Europe. I call it games for European League of Football. Go play in Europe.
He'd probably dominate the XFL, honestly, if he played in there.
He probably would. He'd honestly do well in Canada because it's the bigger field. You can be small and zippy.
Yeah.
I think he'd be great. Now, you're not going to be making the money, but, can still play.
Well, I mean, today's world, he probably made a lot of money off of NIL in college. So, I mean, if he saves his money right with the NFL, he'll be good.
5-year guarantee. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. He's Andy McNamara at AndyMC81 on the Twitter X platform, host of the Sick podcast.
That's right, brother. Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. live. That's where we get you with the fantasy football betting advice. We answer the questions live in the chat on Twitter, on Instagram, and get everything kind of ready, set as that news break starts, sits, and all that good stuff. We get cooking Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern, and then Tuesdays we do our under the wire fantasy football waiver wire pickups. That's lots of fun too.
Awesome. Andy, appreciate you jumping on today. Hopefully we can get you back into the rotation when you're not doing your 20 different whiskey tours and you're running down to the horse racing park and doing all that stuff. Yeah.
That's right. Well, I'm overcoming. I had foot surgery 2 weeks ago, so I'm slow now. You can catch me. I should be around.
We'll talk soon, my friend.
All right. See you, buddy. Bye-bye.
Josh Hennig here on Game Night on 97.3 ESPN FM, 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City. I told you all to listen for the sounder. Callers number 7 to 609-573-3776. 609-573-3776. Call the number 7 and you are a qualifier for this year's 99 bottles party. Everyone's a winner at 99 bottles, but what you win, well, you got to show up and find out at the Anchorage Tavern in Summers Point, where Mike Dill and the Sports Bash will be broadcasting live from 2 to 6 p.m. Caller number 7, you are in at 609-573-3776. That's the call-in line. I'm Josh Hennig. We will give you my thoughts and picks on the football weekend coming up on the other side here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers basketball tonight on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
Oh, baby, Embiid rocks the rim, throws it down. Embiid with a slam, he's got 43.
It's Sixers Pistons tonight. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Philadelphia 76ers basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey, 97.3 ESPN.
Hey folks, we got big news and a small disclaimer. It's Springfield Mitsubishi Atlantic City, but it's actually in Pleasantville. We got a secret stash of pre-owned budget-friendly cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got it all, even cars with stories more interesting than your great aunt's last vacation. Swing by Springfield Mitsubishi AC. New location, new laughs, and lots of used cars to choose from. Visit us at SpringfieldMitsubishiAC.com and experience the sure way to buy a car.
She's running around. Her breath doesn't smell. Her digestive system is perfect. It has made such a huge difference.
What did this dog parent do for their dog? She switched to Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food made by Dr. Marty Goldstein, a veterinarian Forbes magazine called the Miracle Worker. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy digestion, nourished skin, playful energy, and most importantly, their healthy, full life.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is back with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free full-sized bag of Tilly's Treasures dog treats. They're best-selling beef liver dog treats while supplies last. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or shop in over 2,000 stores nationwide. Use the store locator to find the store closest to you. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun. So you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because only the Sleep Number Climate 360 smart bed lets you each sleep up to 13 degrees cooler or warmer on either side, while you both sleep at your ideal level of firmness, comfort, and support, your Sleep Number setting. And now our all-new next-gen smart beds have temperature benefits, so you sleep better night after night. And now, during our Veterans Day sale, save 40% on the Sleep Number Special Edition smart bed. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Hey, it's number 59, Seth joining. Birds football, best time of the year. BetParks is the official casino and sportsbook app I recommend. Join me and download the BetParks app right now. When you open the BetParks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moment. The anticipation of another face card, the thrill of an extra spin, and the joy of a jackpot. It's all your favorite games at your fingertips. Get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. You play for fun. You love to win. You bet. BetParks.
Must be 21 in Indiana, New Jersey, Ohio, Maryland. Gambling problem. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Joe Conklin from Conklin's Comedy Night at Parks Casino, and I'm psyched to cheer on the Philadelphia 76ers this season with Parks, the official local casino partner of the 76ers. Parks Casino is #1 with the hottest live tables and slots, great dining and bars, and the best live entertainment in the region. Need a fun and exciting game day destination? Get into Parks to watch your favorite teams in the Liberty Bell Gastropub or the Beer Garden. Visit parkscasino.com. This is how you win. This is how you win. 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Let's head out. The theater's about to close.
Wait, what does that sign say?
Warning, watch your step.
No, next to it.
If you are 60 or older, you may be at increased risk of serious consequences from RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, compared to adults younger than 60. I didn't know that.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. RSV vaccines, including Pfizer's, are available. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
In business, everything your employees do impacts your brand, including what they wear. Cintas has high-performance workplace apparel for almost every job imaginable. From work shirts and pants, to polos and khakis, to Oxfords or T-shirts, these clothes move, breathe, and look great. Your team gets the styles they like, you convey the image you want. And Cintas service includes weekly laundry and delivery. To learn more, visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
When you switch to Boost Mobile, you can get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G and a pretty powerful way to get after it.
Like me, Tusi, a man who fell in love with music and fell on hard times. From writing songs in my room to sitting on top of the charts. All because I made poetry out of pain. And I always knew I'd be on the stage singing your favorite song.
Switch to Boost and get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone on America's largest 5G networks.
Boost Mobile. Get after it.
New customers only. Taxes extra. One device per line. 5G not available everywhere. Other restrictions apply.
97.3 ESPN has teamed up with Seize the Deal for incredible weekly offers from some fantastic local restaurants. Here's this week's big deal.
Get a $50 gift card good for use at Chico & Sons in Northfield for just $25.
This great deal is on sale now at seizethedeal.com. Hurry, chances are this deal will sell quickly. For more info on this great deal, go to seizethedeal.com.
SeizeTheDeal.com. Now, more Game Night with Josh Hennig on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, let's wrap up the hour, get some thoughts and comments. Don't forget the Sixers top of the hour here on 97.3 ESPN. Let's check on the text one more time before we get out of here at 609-403-0973. That is the text board. Also, your DMs into the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Sea Isle. All right. As always, I'd like to give you some of my thoughts and picks on the football weekend before I get out of here each and every week. All right. We got to rapid fire through these. Don't have a lot of time here, so I want to get through each one. So let's start with tomorrow, college football, 97.3 ESPN, Michigan versus Penn State. I like the under 45.5, not just because Jim Harbaugh is not going to be there coaching, but I think Penn State has a good defense. I don't think they have a very good offense, but I know they have a very good defense. And I tend to believe that that defense will be good enough to limit the Michigan offense from completely running away with this game. I don't think Penn State's necessarily going to win, but I think it'll be a low-scoring game. Texas Tech at Kansas. I told Jeff Noche I do a little research on this. Texas Tech has been probably one of the most inconsistent teams in all of college football, and they have been not a good road team. I like Kansas at home minus 3.5 to win the game outright. I also like Georgia Tech plus 14.5 at Clemson. Clemson, a massive win last week. Huge, statement victory. This is the classic letdown games. Speaking of a letdown game, how about, you know what time it is.
Stone cold lock of the century.
Oh, the week. 1-6 straight with this. We're going to keep it rolling here with Air Force at Hawaii. Air Force, massive loss last week to Army. Major upset in college football. They lose that game. Now they got to travel to Hawaii, who just beat Nevada last week in a low-scoring game. Give me the under 47.5. I think this is going to be an ugly late-night game for those who like to stay up late. I like Hawaii to cover the 19.5 as well for my
Stone cold lock of the century. Oh, the week.
All right, a couple other games I do like this weekend. I like Utah, Oregon over 49.5. Utah, Washington over 49.5. I should probably hold the paper from it so I don't get blurry-eyed, cross-eyed over here. But I don't think Washington has good defense. I think Utah has shown the ability to score a lot of games this year. In the NFL on Sunday, Steelers have covered the 3 against the Packers. Packers, not a good team, and it's in Pittsburgh. I think that will be a big factor in that game. Also, I like the Jags to win at home. 3.5, whatever the number is, give it to me. I mentioned Browns and Ravens under 38.5. Also, Lions and Chargers over 48.5. Lions, Chargers, math problem. Anytime there's a math problem, doesn't add up, go with the number. I'm Josh Hennig. This is Game Night. Catch you Sunday with Billy Schwein.
Saturday morning in the locker room with Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemick, and producer Nick Earnshaw join me in the studio. We will review the Birds at the bye. The Flyers and Sixers take center stage, and we will hear from Charlie O'Connor, who covers the Flyers for PhillySports.com, plus the results of the Sixers-Pistons game. Hour 2, we'll hear from the sportsbook consigliere Dave Sharapan from Las Vegas. The book gives his colorful look at this weekend's action. All that and more, it's the locker room with Billy Schwein, Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to noon on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Coming up on Monday's show. No Birds this weekend, but we'll start to get you ready for the Eagles and Chiefs Super Bowl rematch. We'll take a look at the Sixers weekend against the Pistons and the Pacers. It's the final week for you to enter this year's 99 Bottles Party. We added a trip to see the Phillies play in Baltimore.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Hey, it's Mike. Hey, it's Mike Gill. We've had some great weather during the month of November, so take advantage. Did you know one of the best golf courses on the planet is right here in our own backyard? Yeah, Galloway National Golf Course was named one of the top in the world. Number one, also in the state of New Jersey, Pine Valley. Get the full list. Use our website or our app. Full list. Use our website. Also in the state of New Jersey, Pine Valley. Number one, also in the state of New Jersey, Pine Valley. In the world. Number one, also in the state of New Jersey, Pine Valley. Hey, it's Mike Gill. We've had some great weather during the month of November, so take advantage. Did you know one of the best golf courses on the planet is right here in our own backyard? Yeah, Galloway National Golf Course was named one of the top 200 in the world. Number one, also in the state of New Jersey, Pine Valley. Get the full list. Use our website or our app. Hey, it's Mike Gill. We've had some great weather during the month of November, so take advantage. Did you know one of the best golf courses on the planet is right here in our own backyard? Yeah, Galloway National Golf Course was named one of the top 200 in the world. Number one, also in the state of New Jersey, Pine Valley. Get the full list. Use our website or our app.